Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Danny and this is my April TBR. So I'm getting busier. My life is getting busier and I'm not reading as many books. So I'm going to keep it toned down to I think 4 books on my TBR, but there is a couple books that is coming out this month that I am putting on hold at the library to see if I can get it. So we'll get into that after I go through these. So the first book I got off Book of the Month, and that's Our Infinite Fates. They've loved each other for 1,000 lifetimes. They've killed each other in every one. And this one is, Evelyn can remember all her past lives. She can also remember that in every single one she's been murdered before her 18th birthday by Arden, a supernatural being linked to her soul. The problem is that she's quite fond of her life she's in now, and her little sister needs her in order to stay alive. If Evelyn wants to save her sister, she'll have to find the centuries-old devil who hunts her through each life before they find her first. Figure out why she's being hunted and finally break the curse, and try not to fall in love again. So that one sounds really good. I actually wanted to read that this month, didn't get to it. That's okay. We'll put it up here. Actually here. We'll go like this. The next one, this one, once again, Book of the Month, but not sponsored. Call me. This one I've had, I think this was in my TBR for like October. So it's been on my shelf for a long time. And I really want to read it. So this is the month. It's A Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher. And this one is, Cordelia knows her mother is unusual. Their house doesn't have any doors between rooms. There are no secrets in the house. And her mother doesn't allow Cordelia to have a single friend. Unless you count Falada, her mother's beautiful white horse. The only time Cordelia feels truly free is on her daily rides with him. But more than simple eccentricity sets her mother apart. Other mothers don't force their daughters to be silent and motionless for hours, sometimes days on end. Other mothers aren't evil sorcerers. When her mother expectedly moves them into a manor home of a wealthy old squire and his kind but keen-eyed sister Hester, Cordelia knows this welcoming pair are to be the mother's next victims. But Cordelia feels at home for the very first time among these people, and as her mother's plans darken, she must decide how to face the women who raised her to save the people who have become her family. So that's A Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher. The next one, I just picked this up from for $3.99 from the secondhand store. And this is The 13th Tale. I've seen this all over, I guess, Instagram and YouTube. And dabbling in TikTok. It's by Diane Setterfield. 13th Tale. And this is, sometimes when you open the door to the past, what you confront is your destiny. Reclusive author Vida Winter, famous for her collection of 12 enchanting stories, has spent the past 6 decades penning a series of alternative lives for herself. Now old and ailing, she is ready to reveal the truth about her extraordinary existence and the violent and tragic past she has kept secret for so long. Calling on Margaret Lee, a young biographer, troubled by her own painful history, Vida enters the life she meant to bury for good. Margaret is memorized by the author's tale of gothic strangeness, featuring the beautiful and willful Isabel and feral twins Adeline and Emmeline, a ghost of governess, a topiary garden, and a devastating fire. Together, Margaret and Vida confront the ghost that has been haunting them while becoming finally transformed by the truth themselves. Doesn't that sound good? Eerie and fascinating USA Today. All right, add that to the pile. Okay, so the next book I decided to put in was Mr. Fixer-Upper by Lucy Score. And Lucy Score is really good writer, obviously. But I find that I'm reaching more for Lucy Score now for the comedy. Like, things, you know, life gets tough, whatever, but her books are really funny. Her characters are really funny. And I just finished the book Story of My Life. Highly recommend that one. So This one it's a constant battle on set between the sexy, grumpy renovation reality star and his no-nonsense field producer. Paige St. James has zero time for a temperamental talent, especially flannel-wearing Gannon King, who acts like being in front of the camera is the last thing he wants. Mr. Sex in a Tool Belt has made it his mission in life to get a rise out of her, but Paige is a master of locking down her temper. After all, they're on the road together, working long hours, renovating homes, and changing lives. When Gannon manages to find his way through the cracks in her professional facade, sparks fly and hiding it from the cameras is all but impossible. Gannon is infatuated, but Paige knows she won't ever be taken seriously if she's ever caught sleeping with the star of the show. Except she can't seem to resist those big, rough hands, those smoldering hazel eyes, the dimples, the tool belt, the fiercely protective vibe. Too bad it's all about to come crashing down. All right. It's a light read. It's going to be fun. I'm going to save it for, you know, when I just need something funny to read, obviously. All right. So that's my TBR. Now, all right. So books that I have my eyes on for April is Emily Henry, The Great Big Beautiful Life, Say You'll Remember by Abby Jimenez. I put Fearless for the Powerful Trilogy, or Powerless Trilogy number 3. I have somewhere the first book. I think I need to reread it because I wasn't really wowed by it, but everyone says it's a great trilogy. So maybe I need to get back into that. And, oh, Enchantra, the second book in Phantasma, which I do have Phantasma, and that one was, it was good. It was a bit different. I think it was spicy with ghosts. So if that's what you're looking for, take a look at that one. I don't even remember what I rated it, but they're it's like a, I don't know how many books it's going to be, but I think they're standalone, but it's still in the series. So I'm interested in reading the second one. Anyways, so those are the books I'm keeping an eye out on. They're coming out in April. I'm not buying them. I'm not. Now, watch this. I come back the next month and I'm like, look what I bought. I went on a shopping spree. But no, I'm not going to buy them. I'm going to try to put them on hold at the library. And they're not ones that I'm really excited about, but I'm just keeping an eye out on. So, yeah. Those are the books I'm going to read in April. Sorry if you can hear that. Someone just started up a four-wheeler outside my window. I always try to sneak off to the quiet room, but it never works out. All right, so that's what I'm looking at reading in April. Let me know if you've read any of these books, or let me know what your April reads are going to be, because I am interested in finding out what you're reading these days. All right, thanks. See you soon.